Insight is a combination of why plus how. It's why does this problem exist, and therefore how can it be solved, right? And so what I want you to do is at the beginning of any pitch that you make for fundraising, I want you to give me a little TED talk, which is what we just discussed. You describe the problem that you are working on, right, which your organization is designed to solve. Then you give me the why. Then you tell me the how based on the why. And if you do that well enough, you're all set to explain the solution. And at that point, you're 80% done when it comes to looking to raise funds, okay? That's the story that I want everyone to be able to construct. So let's look at the first of these two, right? Why does this problem exist? Well, if we go back to my Wendy Kopp example, right? She might say something like this, right? Okay, so she might say something like, look, the problem that I'm working on is that America suffers from a chronic shortage of teachers, okay? Few graduates with the best grades join the teaching profession, despite many of them saying that they would love to be teachers. Okay, so what's going on? Well, the reason why is because graduates are afraid that if they become a teacher straight out of college, then future employers will not be willing to employ them in future, okay? They fear that their career prospects could be damaged and they might be stuck forever in a low-paying job. And most of them are unwilling to take this risk. Okay, so what she's done there is given you a very, very detailed level of explanation about why the problem that she's working on exists, right? So the problem, she started off by saying, I want to improve education. But then she narrowed it down to say, I want to get more teachers to become graduates to become teachers, right? Or to address the problem of why we have so few teachers, right? And then she goes down even deeper, right? And she actually comes up with a really good explanation of why there aren't enough teachers. It's because of careers, right? People are afraid that if they start off as a teacher, they'll forever be a teacher. And then they're worried, therefore, about their ability to get a good job in future if they change their mind, right? Very, very serious problem, right? Notice how deep that problem is, right? It's not like education needs to be improved, therefore let's get more teachers, therefore this is my teacher training program, right? That would be a very superficial explanation, right? But that is how most people present their projects. They go, education needs to be improved, therefore I sell textbooks, right? And there's no link between A and B, okay? Or not a deep link between A and B, right? This is what a deep link looks like, okay? Start off with a problem, give me a detailed definition of the problem, go several layers deeper and give me the reason why that problem exists, right? Why do we have a shortage of teachers? Because not enough graduates want to join, right? Why do not enough graduates want to join? Because they are afraid that if they join, they won't be able to get a better job later, a better paying job later, okay? Why do they fear that? Because they think employers view the first job on your CV as your job for life, okay? So at that point, you've done a kind of multiple whys exercise. You've gone deeper and you've gone, why is this the case? Why is this the case? Why is this the case? And there at the bottom is a deep answer, right? Okay, we need to find what that deep answer is, right? That deep reason. And the reason is because once you've got that as your reason, the answer becomes very, very obvious, right? So how does your solution fix this? So what she says is, because I believe the reason why America doesn't have enough teachers is because graduates are afraid to take up teaching as their first-time job, right? I have to come up with a solution that solves that fear. And so she says, let's create a prestigious 2-year program just for graduate teachers, okay? After 2 years, they can leave and they can go on and become investment bankers and management consultants, whatever you want, right? We will give them a certificate that employers will really value, right? Our certificate says, if you become a Teach for America Corps member, right? That's what they call them, like the Peace Corps, right? You will have proven that you can survive as a teacher in the nation's toughest schools for 2 years. That means you are a leader with incredible social skills, motivation, commitment, empathy, resilience, creativity, right? Any employer in the country is going to want to hire you, right? And we will even give you a certificate, right? And you can leave the teaching profession after 2 years with our blessing, and you will have no damage to your career prospects whatsoever. In fact, just the opposite, you will even be enhanced in your career, right? Like an MBA, right? This is the best MBA you could possibly get, right? And so by creating a program like that, she addresses the deep root cause. And therefore, it's very, very convincing why this is a good program to invest in, right? And so that's how she does it. And that's how she did it at the age of 24, raising millions of dollars from these very, very hard-nosed, skeptical funders in order to launch this very radical program that had never been done before, right? In order to be able to do that. She took a problem, she defined it so narrowly that there were very few people working on that problem. She came up with a deep reason why that problem exists, right? And therefore, she came up with a solution which is tailored perfectly to meet that problem. And that's what I think everyone here can do as well.